You're now listening to Hispanics Causing Panic, baby. Let's do this.
But right now, Hispanics are causing panic. Right now, Hispanics are causing panic. Yeah, you know, Hispanics are causing panic.
Órale, raza! Monday night. You know what that means? The Hispanics are causing panic every Monday night. Thank you all so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. We're going to do this one more time, and then I'll be stepping away for quite a while. And, but it's all good, baby. We got a nice show lined up for you guys. All right. And look, man, you all know that D-Style and myself are big wrestling fans, right? Which is why you see the HCP is war here for every Monday night.
Well, I was a big wrestling fan, but
but
I'm a retro wrestling
I want to go ahead and quote one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And he said something like this: to be the man, you gotta beat the man. All right. And that's exactly what we had Saturday night. Okay. Big shout out to George Kambosos for the huge upset that he pulled Saturday. And he is now the man at 135 pounds. We'll be talking about that. Also, we're going to talk about the other main event that happened on the PBC card. Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa, which was a really, really good fight. Too bad, it ended the way it did. But we'll talk about all that, and then we'll open it up to anybody that wants to come on and talk with us. So let's just get right into it, man. Let's sink our teeth into this bout. Saturday night, the Zone from Madison Square Garden. We had Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I forgot the woo. All right. Shout out to Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game. All right. But we had a big upset, probably upset of the year, D-Style, I would have to say. But what was your scorecard and what were your thoughts on the fight, man?
Look, I had it 8-4. I don't have the round by round with me, but I had it 8-4 for Kambosos. So I did not. I did say, I was on record saying Kambosos would be winning rounds early. So I wasn't that surprised. I mean, Teal still didn't look good to me, but I wasn't that surprised. As rounds 4, 5 came along, I kept saying to myself, this jab to the body, trying to set you up with a feint upstairs shit ain't working. It's pretty basic. It's just not going to be enough at this point, right? Kambosos was doing a good job, working the ring, being the ring general in there, controlling the fight. Teal was throwing jabs, missing, staying in the same position, wasn't stepping back, wasn't pivoting out of the way when he would miss punches. And it was a sitting duck for a lot of counters from Kambosos, and Kambosos took full advantage of it. And he would follow up a lot of times. He kind of knew after he hit Teal, he knew what Teal was going to do next. So Teofimo had no direction. This was definitely not. It'll be an understatement. An understatement to say that this was not Senior's best night. It just wasn't. I don't think he did a good job at all. I don't know if he was that confident that the knockout was going to come. I don't know if he was just kind of like going with the motions. I don't know. What I do know is that he didn't do a good job. And at this point, I don't know what the answer is for Teofimo. I don't know if the answer is, get rid of his dad. He got here with his dad. I mean, the Nakatani fight, the Comey fight, Lomachenko, right? He got through all those with his father, so it's hard to say after a loss that's it. But there has to be a change in direction, at least in attitude. This was not a good performance by Teofimo Jr. or Senior. They came to this fight extremely confident. They told us, Senior was telling us that this dude, he's an easier fight than Magdaleno, and it's not going to last. He's a less crafty Magdaleno is what he said, if I'm accurate. So I was very, very surprised by the way the fight went. Very surprised. And I was extremely disappointed with just the harsh reality that Kambosos was getting the best of him round after round after round. And every time Theo would win a round, Kambosos would come back, and kind of steal any momentum from him, It all goes back to round one. Teofimo was having some success. He was landing the right hand. Kambosos' face looked red, the side of his face, right? And then he just got careless and he got lazy, And I don't know if he literally felt like this was like destiny, I don't know if that's what it is. I know that he requested his designer to get him a suit that will make him look like the Archangel Michael. All right. And I don't know if he just felt like, what, it's my destiny to win this. God's on my side or whatever it is. And he just thought he didn't really have to focus a lot early in that fight. And he got caught, man. He got caught by Kambosos with a beautiful counter. He was dropped. And then his answer to that was to get more aggressive. And all he did was get caught some more. There was another round where he got caught late in that fight, but the bell rang, right? And he bumped into the ref. He was hurt then too. So, look, it was Kambosos' night. He kind of did to Teo what Teo did to Loma. Like he was always there with him, right? Always at level with him. If you move this way, I move that way too, And he kind of dictated when we're going to slug it out on the inside and I'm not going to exchange with you if I don't want to at this moment. He did a good job controlling the win. This was an excellent performance by Kambosos. I have to be honest. Good win by Kambosos, and to the winner goes the spoils, just like that.
That's news to me. Archangel Michael, huh? Like, I don't even know who. Like, how do we even know what he looked like? I just find that kind of.
Well, they would obviously they're going to go off by like old school paintings, right, from the 1500s, 1600, when they were doing a lot of the Catholic Church was having artists paint them on the walls, and at that time they wore that type of garment and stuff like that. So that's what it's based out of. But I agree with you. Even if whether you believe in him or not, I don't know, but to anybody out there, but even if you do, how do you know what he looks like? I don't know. And why would he wear a suit from the 1500s? I don't know.
Right. And look, I believe, I'm a believer, I believe in God and Bible.
You're just a Bieber fan?
There's no way that anybody would know what Archangel Michael looked like.
Everybody heard that, right? Okay, Chief fucking said he's a believer. He's a Justin Bieber fan.
I'm a believer, baby. That's right. I don't give a damn who likes it or not. But yeah, look, here's what I'm gonna say, man. First things first, 100% credit to George Kambosos for coming in here and getting the job done when he was a huge underdog. He was in Teofimo's backyard. He rose above that and shocks just about everybody. Like I didn't know anyone that picked Kambosos to win. I'm sure there was a few out there, but I didn't hear anybody from the videos that I seen. I didn't hear anybody pick him. But anyway, all credit to him first and foremost because he earned it. And this is definitely George Kambosos' weekend, and it's his time to shine up until he defends those belts. You know, so credit to him, man. Huge win. Proved me wrong. I didn't think he had a shot. I bet on the knockout under 6 rounds, you know, because I didn't think he was going to go that long. And here's what I'll say about with Teofimo. First thing I want to say is this, man. He was way too emotional in this fight. Yeah. And you could see it as soon as the bell rang. Fighting off of emotions, purely emotions. No game plan out the window. Not trying to set anything up, just throwing power shots from the beginning of the round. And when you carry that much emotion with you, man, I'm sorry, but you're just not going to make the right decision. And this goes with anything in life, you know? So, yeah, I don't agree with that, man. And to your point, his father should have seen that and should have calmed him down. But he didn't do that. Instead, what he did was fan those flames that were burning inside of Teofimo Lopez. That's what he was doing. Like, come on, bro, hurry up and knock him out. What's taking so long? Like saying shit like that. Like, all that's doing is fanning those flames of emotion inside of him. Horrible advice in the corner. Horrible. I mean, you calm him down. Tell him what to do. You know, you're telling him to knock him out. Okay, that's fine. Go for the knockout. Tell him how to do it. How about that? Explain to him what to do in order to get that done. You know? Just a terrible performance, man. And look, even with his performance being that bad, the fight was still really good. A lot of action, a lot of drama. Teofimo gets dropped in the first. And this is something that I always say. You guys hear me say this all the time. When you take chances, opening up like that, you're risking getting caught yourself, you know? And that was what happened. That's what happened.
Yep.
Now, I feel like he got himself under control a little bit towards the middle of the fight, mid-rounds, and then he gets a knockdown himself. You know, he gets a knockdown himself in round 10. So I'm thinking, man, maybe he's calmed himself down. Maybe he found something, but no. I had George Kambosos closing the show. I had him winning the last 2 rounds of that fight. And that shut the door for any kind of hope of him winning a decision on my card. This is a clear-cut decision win for George Kambosos. And look, once again, I gave him credit, but I'm going to give credit to his trainers as well. They came up with a good game plan in there. He did not fight the way that he normally fights. This was he showed a new wrinkle to his game, George Kambosos. Fighting off the back foot, becoming the counterpuncher. Usually he's real aggressive in his fights, which is why you've seen him getting hit a lot against guys like Mickey Bay and Lee Shelby. Again, being over-aggressive, you open up to get blasted with shots. That's what I thought was going to happen here, but it turns out it didn't happen. He was firing off that jab well. He was hooking off the jab. The overhand right was there all night long. All night long. And look, Teofimo Lopez, they said he's going up to 140 after this. I believe him. He can't make 130. I think it's pretty clear. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. But again, what D-Style was saying, the reflexes were not there, like we've seen in the Lomachenko fight. The footwork, like he was able to pivot and move around with Lomachenko for 12 rounds last fight. Like that was just not there Saturday night. It just wasn't.
And I want to say something because it's an elephant in the room. Okay, so to look at me right, I want everybody right now. Let me say something right now because I know, and it's coming from all angles, by the way. Okay, I mean all angles, right? We got the Loma fans out here celebrating this like if Loma won. I have news for you guys. Tio still kicked Loma's ass. Okay, so that's not going to change. All right. Oh, but he's a one-night wonder. He could be whatever you want it to be. He still whooped his ass. Okay.
Yep.
No, this did not prove that Loma figured something out. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, that's number one. Okay, Loma didn't win. He got his ass whooped by Tio, and nothing's gonna change that. Okay.
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
G-Funky, is Lomachenko? Is he from Australia?
Nope.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey, but he has like Greek roots, right? Like he's a Greek dude.
Not to my understanding, no.
He doesn't have a nickname. He doesn't go by George.
No.
No, he doesn't have a second last name. Kambosos.
No, I don't think so. No.
He doesn't have an alter ego. Like he also goes by George Kambosos. Like nothing like that.
No, he does not.
Okay, so no. Okay, so we got the Loma fans, right? Oh, see, like see what? Like what? What do you want us to see? Oh no, but you know, like so Loma fans, stay out of this one. Okay, sit this one out. Okay, like go worry about Comey, and then we'll talk after that fight or something. Okay,
let's do player hate from the sideline. How about
okay? That? I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. So that's the Loma fan. Go sit over there. Okay, whatever. All right. And then, of course, you have the people that didn't even pick Kambosos to win, talking about how, see, I knew something was up with you. I knew this was going to happen. No, you didn't because you didn't predict it. None of you predicted. None of you had the balls to say that this. If you really thought it shouldn't win, you would have got to the casino. You would have put in some money. All right, you 13-1, and you didn't bail the dude. Get the fuck out of here. So for all the Monday morning quarterbacks that want to come on here and people that didn't even talk about the fight before the fight, coming on and doing videos and shit, well, whatever, okay? Like, ooh, on Monday morning quarterback, hike, motherfuckers, okay? That's number one. Second, all right, look. And then, of course, you have, the Haney fans, all right? First of all, now, don't get me wrong. I did not think George Kambosos was going to beat Theo. I just want to make that clear, and everybody knows that. But I did say he was a much better opponent than anybody Haney's ever fought. And that's 100% true. Okay? This is not like Nakatani, Comey, Loma, okay, and Kambosos. That's 4 fighters. Anyone who thinks Haney goes 4-0 against those guys is crazy, in my opinion. That's number one. Second, that's 4 dudes better than anybody on Devin Haney's resume. Just want to throw that out there. And also, none of you picked. And for all the everybody that's giving George Kambosos props, we are too. I give him all the props in the world, okay? There's channels out here that don't mean well by any of this. They just hate Theo because he's Theo, okay?
Right.
That's it. They just hate the dude because they hate him because they ain't him or whatever it is. And I'm not talking about people that have criticism or don't like his dad or whatever. I'm talking about, okay, those alphabet channels, okay, is what I'm talking about, all right? They don't like Theo. Like these guys, they're not saying, hey, congratulations, Kambosos was a great fighter and he beat a great fighter in Theo, right? What a performance. That's not what they're saying. They're saying, he lost to this bum. We told you he sucked. That's what they're saying. And they also feel Loma sucks as well. Like they feel like, oh, this is confirmation that Loma's a bum. It was a hype job, and he lost to this other hype job who got beat by this nobody bum. So you're not in the same wavelength. I know you're all holding hands, singing Kumbaya, and Kumbaya, my friend. We hate Tio, but you don't hate Tio for the same reasons. You're not happy about this victory for the same reasons. They're not giving Kambosos credit like they are, but in a man, Tio lost to this bum type of way. That's the type of credit they're giving him. Right? Yep. And they think Lomachenko's a bum. So a lot of you aren't allies like you think you are. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. And to all the Loma fans that think we're too harsh, I don't think he's a bum. I think Loma's a great fighter. I just think he got beat by Tio. It's that simple, right? So and that's what I wanted to address. I know that this has been a rough year. Okay, Wilder got knocked out. The Porter thing, beating Crawford didn't work out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of things weren't working out. And I get that last night, or not on Saturday, was like one of those, like, oh, finally, yes, like moments. But whatever, okay? It's whatever to me because it's only boxing. Like, you remember when the Wilder fans were patting themselves in the back because they took the loss? Like, they were like,
Yeah.
no, over here, we take losses after not taking the loss for a year and a half, by the way, okay? After making all these excuses, after saying that the dude got drugged and blaming Mark Breland for drugging him and accusing the dude of having egg weights, okay? And we're going to talk about the sore loserness of Theo, but they didn't do that. I didn't say Kambosos had an egg weight in his glove. Okay. And I didn't say that he got drugged or some shit. Okay.
Right.
Like that shit wasn't normal, but like, oh, see, over here, not like over there, whatever that means. Over here, over there, aquí, pa allá, northwest, what the fuck? I don't know but like, we take losses like men over here. Okay. We're not fair weather fans over here. Like, yeah, you are. You can't accept losses. All right? Like, it's normal to accept the loss because it happened. I don't want credit. I don't want some special credit because I think Kambosos won the fight. That's just what happened. I don't get some extra credit. So, look, this is your moment, okay? You've been waiting for it. Sulk on it. Take your little video screenshots, share it. Oh, D-Style, look, they're taking the loss. Look, ha. They can't take the loss. Like, I know what you're texting to each other. I know what you're talking about. But guess what? It is what it is, brothers. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, you know what was missing? Him going out on his shield. So I could say, yeah, yes, what a fight. Woo! And then went out on his shield. Woohoo! Like, that's the only thing that was missing on this one. I cooked too long, bro.
Let me go ahead and give a shout out to Nando Yamas with the $4.99. Says, don't underestimate Kambosos using Sun Tzu tactics before the fight. If your enemy is, what is that? Chaotic temper. Hopefully I said that right. But yeah, Teofimo is way too emotional. I agree with you, Nando, for sure, man. Great book, by the way, by Sun Tzu. I have the book as well. Excuse me, guys. Again, dealing with the allergies, man, for weeks now. So if you hear me clearing my throat in your ear, I apologize. I do apologize for that. But G-Funk takes pride in doing his yard work, okay, and cutting his grass. I mean, look at this. I mean, we have a grass. Look, we have your lawn looks like this, the best in the neighborhood. I mean, Jesus. I mean, you'll do that. You'll fight through the allergies to make your lawn look this great.
That's right.
But before I go on to what you're going on, I want to say this. Look, I did not like the way that Teofimo took this loss, and I said this. I said this last night on Raw Boxing TV, who was live, and I said, look, these guys need to come to reality and take this loss, accept it, and move on to the next. Okay, tell them about it, man. Allergies here are terrible, but look, man. You're not going to be able to move forward unless you come to the reality that you lost. Accept it. You got to accept it, man. Okay? You just have to. Be a man. Look in the mirror and say, look, he beat me that night. Okay? Now, look, I understand there's things going on. But look, Kambosos had things going on as well. Okay? It's not like he had a breeze through training camp and dealing with all the back and forth. Like, no. So look, at the end of the day, you should have just shook the man's hand, okay, and said, look, you beat me, but I'll be back. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Alexis out with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, farewell. No, yes, it is. This is the farewell show of ATP is War. G-Funk's got a baby on the way. Okay, so it's time to step aside and take care of father business. Okay, and but I'm not shutting the channel down. None of that. I'll be back eventually. Just I just don't know when. But as of right now, yes. But as far as what you said, D-Style, yes, there is a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks out there who are celebrating the loss, and it's only because you hate the kid, and you'll go to extreme lengths to hate the kid, right? And what I find funny here's what I find funny, D-Style,
Mhm.
is we live in a society today where if you just give the smallest amount of criticism to somebody, you're a hater. Fuck him. He's a hater. The little bit of
Hater!
criticism that you give to anybody, right? And if you
The hater.
give a fighter credit for doing good shit, you're a fanboy. This is ridiculous, guys. Look, let me tell you fanboys something out there, okay? And that's the problem is it's all these fanboys that are hating right now, okay? Do me a favor. Find your balls, return them to your sack, okay? Because HCP, we're men over here, okay? We don't do shit like that. Okay? For all you guys who are calling us Teofimo fanboys, we've openly criticized this kid about a lot of things and his father before this even happened Saturday night. Okay? All you got to do is go back and check the shows. We got the receipts. Okay? Fanboys don't do that. Okay? Fanboys do not do that. We gave the kid credit because he beat 2 champions back to back, one who was top 3 pound for pound by the age of 23 and in 16 fights. That deserves some kind of credit, whether you like him or not.
Which,
That
by the way,
deserves
was
credit.
a surprise win. Like, people were just as shocked about that as they are about this one.
Exactly. He was a big underdog going into that. And you know who had the balls to pick that big underdog going into that fight? You're looking at the 2 guys right here. Yeah, we said it. For months, we were saying he was going to beat Lomachenko. A lot of you dudes out there were going hard for Lomachenko. You didn't have the fucking balls to pick the young kid to beat him. You didn't have enough balls to do it. Okay? You had none. And just like, again, you had no balls to pick Kambosos. As much as you hate the kid, you still didn't have enough balls to pick Kambosos. How fucking weak do you look now?
I don't want to hear anybody insinuate or act like they knew this was going to happen. Okay,
Exactly,
get the fuck
exactly.
out of here. Okay, but it was a surprise to me. I did say Kambosos would put up a good fight, but I want to talk about this, man. It has to be said.
Mm-hmm.
What disappointed me was not the loss. Like I understand. Like, I've been watching boxing my whole life. I'm not some dude that started watching boxing, okay, because I was a Floyd Mayweather fan and think it's normal for guys to never lose. And like you know what I mean? That's not me, okay?
Exactly.
I've been watching boxing my whole life. Like, I'm old enough to know that like 49-0 is a heavyweight record, and plenty of guys surpassed 49-0, and nobody said, "Oh my God, he broke Marciano's record!" Like he broke a record. Like no, he didn't. Okay, but check it out. But that's not here nor there. Hey, athletes have off nights. You know what I mean? They have a bad night, or they get beat by somebody better. And I'm a firm believer. Hey, Kambosos was the better man. Point blank. Period. Ashy Knuckles coined the phrase. I don't got to be better. I don't have a better career than you. I just have to be better than you on one night. Okay?
Say that again, D-Style. Say that again for those listening. Okay, one more time.
You don't have to be the better fighter. You just have to be better on that night. Okay. Now, granted, there's only one way. I'm not one of those dudes that says like this isn't me. Kambosos didn't win. Loma lost the fight. That's not me, okay? Well, duh. Like both are true. The only way for Teofimo to prove to me and the world that wasn't him that night was to rematch him and beat him in the rematch. Show us, okay? That's the only way. I'm old school like that. I'm a firm believer of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no excuse. I have nothing I could offer anybody for the attitude of Teofimo Lopez. That was completely, in my opinion, completely unacceptable. He was acting like a sore loser. He sounded delusional. Bro. I mean, he's talking about 10-2. Look, I don't have a problem with a fighter saying, "I think I won," but when you're really going to have your Kanye West moment, like for real, hey man, I'm gonna let you finish, but I won the fight. Nah, dude, like, how about you just wait, okay? Let Kambosos have his moment, all right? Let him, he was in the middle of talking, you just cut him off like that. It's you lost. Like you got outboxed. Like that's just point blank. You got outboxed. You got beat that night.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. And I was very disappointed with the way he acted. That's what disappointed me. Okay, because he wants to talk about, I want to be an inspiration to kids. So how about you start with showing kids that how you should take a loss like a man?
Mm-hmm.
How about you start practicing what you preach about what he said about Wilder not taking his loss? How about we start with that, right? I wouldn't even have a problem with him saying, like, wait for his turn and say, you know what, I felt I won, but hey, I'll look back at the fight, whatever, right? I don't even care if you would have walked out of the ring and talk about it backstage or something. Like, I wasn't a fan of when Marcus did it or Cotto did those things, but it was a lot better than this. I'll tell you that right now. You know, even Lomachenko didn't say anything until he was in the back, right? Oh, I thought I won. Like, he was doing the same shit, Loma, right? And by the way, Loma fans, spare me, okay? Like, oh, yeah, Theo, he was acting like such a sore loser. Like, and Loma wasn't. But like, really? Like, are you kidding me right now? But it was just the optics of it, doing it in the ring, cutting him off, taking away his moment that he's been waiting his whole life for. He earned that moment. Nobody should be like, what's his name? What's his stupid ass face's name from Sports Illustrated? He should have told him, no, whoa, we'll talk to you right now.
Mannix, yeah.
Mannix needed to let him have his moment. And he should have told Theo, no. We'll talk to you right now if you want to talk. But right now, we're talking to Kambosos. That's what he should have done. Okay? Not start conducting an interview with Theo and then go back and forth and then ask him to wait. Like, none of that. Okay? And lastly, I need to address Teofimo Sr. Okay? Teofimo Sr. for a long time has been a friend to the show, right? But we've always kept it real on ATP. And it's not just because he lost. I kept it real when the Lopez's were saying that they're not going to go fight in Australia. I found that strange because they were excited about fighting him in Australia, talking about it on this show, right? And all of a sudden they were against going to Australia, all of a sudden, right? And also, and I could speak for myself here, I mean, Chipo give his input on this, but I never claimed he was undisputed. I think franchise is a bullshit belt. I don't recognize it. I don't recognize it when Canelo accepted it. I don't recognize it when Theo won it from Loma. And I didn't recognize it when Loma got upgraded to it. I just don't. Now, granted, somebody told me that Suleiman came out and said, franchise is just like the super belt of the WBA. I fucking called it. That's true. I fucking called that shit, okay? But anyway, I was extremely disappointed with the reactions. I mean, it's just the best way. It's either they're in denial or they're delusional. Okay, there's no other way to put it because you got to keep it real. You did not win that fight, Mari. Well, what is that? You did not win that fight. Okay, Mari opened that shit and he told you did not win this fight. Period. That was disappointing. You want to be an inspiration to kids? Start off by accepting losses, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. If they feel they won, like if they're talking about how 10-2 and shit like that.
Nope.
I got to keep it honest. Now I have to question the credibility of their take of being objective on any fight they have. So now I have to question, okay, so when you tell stories that you dominated Haney in sparring, well, I can't take your word for it no more. Because if you say, like, because you're saying you dominated this fight, and we saw that you didn't dominate Kambosos, right? So it puts into question your integrity, your word. Your word is gold, ladies and gentlemen. When you say things this ridiculous, it puts it into question. That's just a hard, cold truth, and I hope if they're listening and if they hear this, that they heed it and they understand that this is only doing damage. You're not going to be able to, we all saw the fight. The whole world saw it. Yep. You cannot undo what we saw. We witnessed it, right? And you cannot undo that. No matter how many times you deny it, no matter how many times Ali Setback yells out, okay, like, hey, I thought you guys won. No matter how many times Ali Setback says it, or anyone that wants access to you to keep saying that, that you won. If that's what Wilder did. He only went to people that agreed with him and told him what he wanted to hear. And that's the route you want to go, but that's not how we roll over here. Okay, so
Yep.
you need to accept the loss. You cannot. One more thing, you cannot fix a problem if you don't acknowledge that there's a problem. If you can't see this fight and say, yeah, we made a lot of mistakes, we got to work on these things so we fix them. If you can't do that, if you're convinced, if your answer is no, we won, we don't got to do anything. That's what Theo Senior said in an interview. Now we're not going to change nothing. We're going to go to 140. Do what they're like. Well, look, I'll tell you this much, man. You're not going to win with that attitude against a dude like Josh Taylor. I can tell you that.
And that fight, I think, is long gone. But I want to give a shout out to Off the Ropes Boxing and MMA with the 499. Says, congrats, G, on the new blessing. Thank you so much, man. Hurry back, bro. I know D-Style, Maestro, Beeb, and the crew will hold it down. Absolutely, they will, man. No doubt about it, man. Yeah, but I agree 100%, man. You got to come to face the facts that you lost, hands down. Okay, no doubt about it. And I've seen a few people. I think it was. Let me go back and get it. I've seen a few people say that they felt that Teofimo won. Like I just disagree. You know, I do agree with you saying here that you could throw it in there as fight of the year. It was a good fight. Drama. Both guys go down. But I just don't agree with. I don't think Lopez won. He didn't. And
not only did he not win,
he's got to come to he's got to face that. Just has to.
He clearly lost. I mean,
yeah, clear win for Kambosos, no doubt about it. And he deserves the credit, all the credit in the world, man, for what he did. Absolutely, no doubt about it. He's the new king, and like I said at the beginning of the show, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. All right, woo! Shout out to Ric Flair and shout out to George Kambosos. Huge win. And we'll see what happens from here on out, man. He's a DAZN fighter, so I'm sure we'll get him against the winner of Haney Diaz pretty easy because that's just the way boxing runs. I know a lot of guys don't like to hear that shit. Like I don't like the boxing. I don't like the business side of boxing either. But that's what they do.
A lot of people don't want to hear the truth.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Okay. They want to believe what they believe, right? And they don't want to hear the truth.
Yep. Just like
of course, it's easier to make.
It's like we told you guys, don't jump the gun.
Plus, Lopez couldn't do anything after the victory over Lomachenko. Okay, he couldn't do anything. Like Kambosos was already the mandatory, and this is why you give mandatories their shot, and you don't just say, fuck it, they can't win.
Yep.
No, this is why when guys earn their shot, even if you don't think they could win, you give them their shot because A, they earned it, and B, sometimes we're not right.
Yeah, and this is why you fight the damn fights. Stop saying, he'll just beat this guy anyway. Why fight him? That's what fanboys do. Again, that's what fanboys do. You didn't hear us saying, just skip over Kambosos. It's like, you'll beat him anyway. No, we were saying, look, take care of the mandatory. The guy earned it. Fanboys will say shit like that. Well, why fight him? Why fight him? He's not that good. They'll beat him anyway. Who cares? Like, why waste time with that? Like, no, Kambosos earned his way there, okay? He worked his way to that position. And now look where he's at. He's got all the belts, okay? And as far as let me say this real quick. And as far as the undisputed thing, I've always said that Teofimo should be undisputed because of what the WBC did, all right? And I'm going to say the same thing about Kambosos. He should be undisputed. They want to go ahead and insert some fucking dumb franchise belt that fucked everything up. So that's what happened there, man. But he should be the undisputed champion right now. But he's not. But go ahead and add your point, and then we'll go on to the PBC main event.
Look, there's a lot of people that are like, I've seen people say, hey, everybody's, they're kicking Teofimo while he's down and they're attacking his dad and blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of Teofimo fans are jumping off the ship and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. Okay. I can't speak for all Teofimo fans or like I'm a boxing fan first and foremost. But it's no secret that I was a supporter of Teofimo Lopez before he even fought Nakatani. You know what I mean? I felt he was going to be somebody, and he went pretty. I mean, he had a good run. If this is it, who knows, right? I don't know. Very disappointing for sure. But when you lose in catastrophic fashion, this comes with the territory. You're gonna get clowned. It's what happens, and you don't do yourself any favors by having your Adrian Broner, I beat that boy moment. You know what I mean? You just don't. You're not gonna do yourself any favors by doing that, bro.
Nope.
Like you're not helping your cause. So I know he deleted his Twitter. Maybe it's for the best. I don't know. Like I do think he needs to spend time with his son. I do think he needs to kind of clear his head from boxing. I think that's true about any fight. But they have a lot of thinking to do. And to me, it's going to be better for them if they accept the loss. That way they could see the problems and fix them. And they just go head first thinking nothing's wrong and we don't got to change anything. And we got robbed. We want 10-2. Like if you go forward with that attitude, then I'm sorry to say, if that's the attitude, it's probably the end of Teofimo Lopez, the beginning of the end right now.
It's not going to work out. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Get that shit cleaned up, man. Just accept it, man. It's not that hard to do. I mean, look, I understand competition. Nobody wants to lose, right? But at the end of the day, somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, And HCP is not that crew that just throws guys away because they take one loss. Because we've been watching boxing a long time, and we understand how rare it is for fighters to finish their career undefeated. We do. It's just not a normal thing, guys. Okay, don't let these other guys tell you that it's this and that. No, it's a rare thing. Okay, it's a very rare thing. He can bounce back, no doubt about it. Some things got to change, and I'll say this: if he's going to keep his father around, that's his decision as the head guy in charge. Now we got to see how they bounce back. If he looks like shit again, then I say get rid of him. Find yourself a new trainer. But we'll see if they can make adjustments or not. We'll see. All right. We'll see what happens at 140 because I think that's where they're going to go.
We'll see.
All right. So now let's move on to the Showtime card. All right. This is a weird one for me, man, because as far as my predictions go, I was 1 for 1 officially. All right. I lose the Teofimo Kambosos fight. But then I get this one right, Fulton Figueroa. But I felt like Figueroa won this fight, man. Come on. I think he won this fight. He had his little Kanye moment as well, although I feel like he was more justified in doing it, although it's not something that you should be doing, but I felt like he had a reason to be upset, and he had a reason to say that he felt he won the fight. As for Teofimo, I don't think he lost, clearly. But yeah, this is a fight that I think could go into shout out to the Don as well. This is a fight that could go into the hat as far as fight of the year goes. Really, really good fight. But I felt like Figueroa clearly won the fight. How did you feel about it, D-Style?
Well, first, let me talk about my prediction very quick. So I did say this fight would have been controversial. That by the end of this fight, some people would be saying Figueroa won. Some people would be saying Fulton won. It was a Figueroa crowd location, so I figured that would favor him, which is why I figured they would give him the decision. You know what I mean? And I did feel he would win. Credit to Fulton. Fulton was able to handle the pressure a little better than I thought he would, for sure. Mm-hmm. But make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, he felt that pressure. Okay?
Oh, yes.
And don't – let me tell you something. I get so sick and tired of people that just make blanket statements with no regard of the fight itself, right? Like they'll just say things like this. Well, Fulton landed fewer punches, but they were the more accurate shots. And Figueroa just threw a lot, but he didn't land much. Figueroa did throw more, but I don't think he won because he threw more. Okay. I feel that if you go round by round, he won more rounds at Fulton. There are rounds where he outlanded Fulton. Okay. I feel like the body work of Figueroa went completely unnoticed by the majority of boxing fans. No appreciation or regard for the body work he was doing. And he was catching Fulton with clean straights.
Yeah.
He was like clean, like flush. But I got to keep hearing this garbage but Figueroa was never landing anything. He was just throwing, but nothing was landing. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah, he was backing him up. Believe me, he backed him up to the ropes. He didn't put himself there. He didn't do it to be entertaining. No. Figueroa made him do it. Okay? And when his corner told him in the box, he did worse. His corner told him, stay the fuck away from the ropes. He couldn't do it. He tried, but he couldn't. But I have to hear Fulton fans that were, by the way, for months, Fulton's going to win. He's a lot better. He's more athletic. He's going to win every round. It's going to be an easy fight. This guy's easy picking. Right? But now, since they don't have an explanation as to why it was a tough fight, so instead they'll say, well, he could have just boxed him, and it made it easy, but he wanted to brawl in there, he fought a stupid fight. Like, no. That's how Fulton has always fought. Okay? Yeah. Like, these people think Fulton's going to bust out and be like Floyd Mayweather all of a sudden. Like what? If he could do that, he would do it. Okay? I'm not saying he can't box. There was moments where he did, but then Figueroa forced him into a shootout. He was forced to do that. Okay? That's what happened. Of course, Fulton likes to bang in there. Like, of course he does, right? Well, dude's got no choice. He's got to bang it out, right? He had no choice. He had to bang it out. And then he wants to talk about Figueroa's arm punches. All of Fulton's punches to the fucking body were arm punches, bro. Are you fucking shitting? Are you shitting me? The one putting leverage on the body shots was fucking Figueroa. Plus, it's called inside fighting. He's boxing on the inside. Boxing doesn't belong to the guys on the outside jab throwing. That's not boxing. Boxing is a sport, and there's different styles of boxing. Okay? I'm tired of if you just boxed them and not slugged it out. Dude, he was forced into a shootout. You are delusional if you think Fulton could have, if he wanted to, he could have just been Floyd in there, just made a miss. He would have been Sweet Pea. He would have been Sweet Pea Whitaker all of a sudden. Slipping and dodging. Slipping and dodging. But he decided to get hit. And then make up your minds. Was Fulton fighting a dumb fight and getting hit unnecessarily? Or was Brandon not getting hit? Or not hitting him? Which one is it? Because if Brandon wasn't hitting him, G-Funky, okay? If he wasn't hitting him, like if he really avoided all those punches that whole fight, never got hit clean, why are people saying that Fulton fought a stupid fight? You're saying he stood in front of him, didn't get hit at all? And then you're criticizing him for fighting that fight? Right. Because he got hit. He was getting backed up. All right? And you know what? I'll take it a step further. I know it was a close fight, but he won. Figueroa won. He did. You know that 15-year-old looking dude can beat up Fulton, okay? Like, he did. Right? Like, I'm just saying, like, to me, it was close. I'm not going to complain if anybody gave it Fulton, but blanket statements, well, I mean, I want everybody to just think about what they're saying, okay? What's being said out there. Fulton fought a dumb fight and got in a firefight for no reason, right? He could have slipped and dodged them. Slipping and dodging. He could have been Sweet Pea in there any moment he wanted to, but he decided to just make it tough and get in a shootout, right? But then they're also saying that Figueroa didn't land anything, okay? And Fulton was landing all the clean punches, that Figueroa was just throwing. So man, I mean, that's a house. I mean, Fulton did a great job blocking a lot of punches with his face. I guess. Okay, I guess depending on how you put it, and he blocked a lot of them with his rib cage, bro. Like, you know what I mean, and his hips. You know what I mean, his upper hips. Like, he was just like great job blocking. You know what I mean?
Tremendous job.
Get the fuck out of here! Oh, he's slipping. He could have just slipped and dodged. He could have boxed him. He could have just, like, all of a sudden, like, Fulton was going to box like Lara all of a sudden. He was going to be like Lara, like, just shooting the straight left. You know what I mean? And just backing up, boom, like all night. Do you guys not know? Like, this is how I know a lot of dudes don't know about boxing. Do you know how exhausting that is to fight that way? You have to be in tremendous shape to do that, to be pivoting out of the way when they're trying to corner you. And that takes so much energy, all right? Now, if you think Fulton was going to fight that way off his back foot, he couldn't back up Figueroa landing punches on his front foot. You think he was, what do you think he was going to do to him on his fucking back foot? What do you think he was going to do? He wasn't going to do shit, bro. Right? He just wasn't. Figueroa went out there, shocked a lot of these dudes, and they don't know what to say other than, well, it was only close because Fulton made it close. That's why. But it wasn't close. Fulton clearly won. He beat his ass. But he made it tougher than he had to. He was getting hit because he wanted to get hit, but he didn't get hit. You know what I mean? Like make up your minds. And then almost every round looks the same, and you tell me, oh, well, Figueroa only won 4 rounds. I guess how did he win those 4 rounds? If he never hit him all night, and a lot of the rounds look very alike. So if you ever win 1 round, every round is fucking close, okay? No, but he let himself get hit, but he didn't get hit though, okay? Figueroa wasn't landing clean, but he was in a brawl and was getting hit to be entertaining. Like which one is it? Make up your fucking minds.
Exactly. Nando Llamas, another $4.99 says, Chavez Taylor, the all-time example of not getting any credit for inside work and parrying incoming punches. That's big facts. And you know,
Larry Merchant said that he got hit 3 or 4 times and land 1.
You know what backs that up? Is the fact that this dude was pissing pure blood after the fight. Those body shots were getting in, okay? They were getting in. They were doing some serious damage, you know? Combat Media Sports says, congrats on the kid, G-Funky. God bless. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I'm excited for the new chapter in life. But look, I want to say this, man. I picked Fulton to win, okay? But I felt like I was wrong in this one, even though he got the official win, because he did. I don't think he won this fight, man. I just don't. And here's one thing that tells you that Fulton was uncomfortable with what was going on in that ring. That motherfucker was holding too fucking much, man. Too fucking much.
I thought he could have just been pivoting and boxing the whole time. I mean, why would he be holding if he could just pivot and box? You know what I mean? Pivot, sipping and dodging. You know what I mean? I'm just like,
right, exactly. Like, what's the point of holding? First of all, holding is you're not supposed to be holding in a boxing match. Okay, now I understand it happens from time to time, and it's the referee's discretion to enforce that rule. Now he gave him a hard warning in that first round for the holding because he was holding from the very beginning on. Figueroa was on his fucking ass like a cheap suit. All right, he was on his ass like a cheap fucking suit.
Hey, remember when Fury holding was cheating, G-Funky?
Right. Now all of a sudden it's okay. But look, this shit was Klitschko level holding. All right. And don't tell me that it was Brandon Figueroa was holding. No, he wanted to get inside and get to work. And we saw what happened when he got inside and got to work. Was landing some vicious body shots. Only that, landing a lot of uppercuts up top, hooks, straights, clean, snapping his head up, back, all that shit. Now, I'm not saying that that Fulton wasn't doing that as well. Okay? But to act like, oh, one guy was just so much more efficient than the other guy was, like, that's bullshit. Okay? Who the fuck was in control of that ring a majority of the time? Figueroa was. He's putting his ass on the ropes, okay? Letting off shots. Again, making Fulton hold, clinch all night long, okay? He's uncomfortable in there. What the hell's going on, guys? He's uncomfortable. What the hell's going on? I felt it was
what do you mean,
8-4
but he
decision,
could have started boxing, pivoting, and P. Whitakering any moment he wanted to. He
Yeah.
just decided not to. You know what I mean?
And not to mention, I've seen a few guys in the chat mention this, but I'm going to say it as well. He hurt Fulton at least 3 to 4 times in that fight. At
I don't know about
least
5, but yeah, 3, 4.
Yeah, I seen him buckle at least 3 times in there from some shots. Okay, give me a break. Look, I like Fulton. I think he's a fantastic fighter, but bro, you didn't win. Okay, I'm sorry, you didn't win this fight. I felt like it was 8-4. You know, a good fight, entertaining fight, but I felt it was an 8-4 victory for Brandon Figueroa. The guy, he did not get enough credit for what he was doing in there, man. And I feel like there's a bias, man. There's definitely a bias against guys who work like that. You know, it's really sad, man, because people think that ring generalship is the guy who's bouncing on his toes, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I love that type of style. Matter of fact, I get a lot of criticism because I like that style. But you know what? At the end of the day, all movement isn't created equal. Okay, it's just not.
It's a lot of wasted movement.
And I felt like Figueroa was the ring general in there Saturday night. I felt like he had Fulton dancing to the tune of his beat. Okay,
you know how I know that before we read the super chat real quick?
Go ahead.
Oh, you know how I know he was a ring general? Because even the Fulton fans are saying he fought his fight. He fought Figueroa's fight. He still won. Like, why are they saying that?
Forced him to fight that way. Ring generalship.
Oh, I fucked up my hand, by the way. That's why I'm wearing this shit. I'm not trying to be cool.
Long live boxing, the newest addition to the HCP network. Drops a $19.99 on G-Funk. Says, congratulations on the new addition, G-Funky. Great show. Love the energy. Dipping and dodging. HCP is
slipping.
Yes.
He could have started slipping and dodging. You know what I mean? Like bro, these guys think he would have started Sweet Pea Whitaker like any moment, like if he wanted to. But he decided to just get clocked, hurt, and then he was holding on for dear life when, like, literally he didn't have to hold on for dear life. If he could box like a Whitaker, like he could, like, you know what I mean, do his thing. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. And then you see that round, by the way, where he tells his corner, like, oh, you see, when I back him up, he can't fight. He can't do it. And then he got back. And then he got hurt in that round, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. And Trinity's like, please just box him, man. Like come on, man. Just box him. And then he tried to box and he was getting clipped anyway. Because Fulton can't fight moving back. I don't know what the fuck these dudes think. Like, oh, if he wants to, he could fight that way. But, you know, get the fuck out of here.
I agree. And thank you. I thank all you guys for congratulating me. I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to read all the other chats as well, but I appreciate the love and support, man. Appreciate it. But
slipping and dodge.
Yeah, he was in there looking like Willie Pep. He wasn't getting hit. Like, I mean, you guys, Jesus.
No,
Christ.
but it's not making sense, bro. They're saying he fought a stupid fight, yet they're also saying he didn't get hit. So how is that a stupid fight? If boxing's hit and not get hit, right? And he didn't get hit. How did he fight a stupid fight? Other than you're full of shit and you know he got hit. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The fuck out of here.
Exactly. Puerto Rico Rum says he had it 7-5 Figueroa. I agree, man. It just, again, all movement isn't created equal, man. It's all about what the hell happens in the ring. Sometimes guys overmove in some fights. Some guys move, you know, to set traps, and it's effective. You just got to watch each fight by, you know, take it a fight by fight basis. You know what I'm saying? I've been on here saying that certain fights that are controversial, where one guy moves, another guy is not. You know, I say one guy wins, one guy. That's because I'm being honest. I'm not being biased towards one style. You know,
that's the thing. Like, people think like if you fight a certain style, you win by like. It's how you. It's kind of like they say, right? How you win football games by running the ball. Well, just because the team runs it, you know, 100 times in a game doesn't mean they're going to win. Like, maybe they get stopped and they don't gain any yards all those run attempts. Like, who fucking knows, right?
Yep. My boy Puro Sur Central, $10 super chat says war.
They're trying to bribe G-Funky to stay. Look, these guys trying to bribe him.
I want to give a shout out to these guys, man. Run PMC. Puro Sur Central, Puerto Rican rum. These guys joined me on that Thursday, that Thanksgiving show that I did. I was on for like 5 hours, but man, we had a good conversation. We're talking about old fights, old fighters from back in the day. I love that kind of boxing talk.
Talking
Man.
about the slipping and dodging.
That too, man. That too. But yeah, look, as far as the aftermath goes with this fight, it looks like Figueroa is going to have to move up to 126. That's what it looks like. If he can squeeze one more fight out at 122, they got to run that back.
Bro, we got to see Figueroa against Navarrete, brother.
Oh, that'd be good too. But
that's a hell
again, cross promotion. Again, guys, all right? Let's not forget it's a real thing, okay? Just because I yell and scream doesn't mean it's going to happen, okay?
You know what it reminds me?
It
reminds me of like the Bradley fans that literally believe Bradley when he says, "Well, I just went out there and I tried to slug it out with Pramanikov." No, you didn't. You got caught, and you were out of it on your feet for the rest of the fight.
Yep,
that's what happened. You couldn't box that way, okay? You couldn't move properly that way. That's what happened in that fight. We have individuals out here that literally believe that guys just make a decision to not fight their best way to quote unquote entertain. No, that's an excuse fighters give, okay? When they either feel like it was controversial or wasn't their best performance. They like to say things like, "Oh, well, I mean, I decided to fight his fight." Okay, well, even if that's true, well, whose fault is that? It's nobody else's fault. Okay, that's number one. Second, I don't buy it.
Yeah, I agree. And look, guys, I'm going to tell you like this. D-Style coined a phrase, and it went into, trickled down into HCP, okay? It's called keep it boxing, okay? Guys in the chat, please, keep it boxing, all right? I want to bring up all this race and all this other shit. Like, I have to warn a lot of people about that all the time. Keep it fucking boxing, okay? Bottom line. Thank you. Moderators, please do your job. If a motherfucker's talking about race and all this other shit, not talking about boxing, give them a warning, all right? And they continue to do it, get them out of here, right? But yeah, look, if Figueroa can squeeze himself into one more 122-pound fight, let's get this rematch. Gotta get it back again.
Good fight. By the way, it was good, but was it that like? It was a great fight. Don't get me wrong, but was it like Corrales Castillo, like Jim Gray? Like, calm down, okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't that good, but I think you could throw it in there for a candidate for Fight of the Year. I mean, I don't know if it would win Fight of the Year, but we'll see when D-Style does his annual award show at the end of every year. Make sure you guys are there for that one. That's always a good show.
This fight's not going to win it. I already have like 3 or 4 in my head that are better, but it was a good fight, though. It was a good fight.
Yeah. Thank you so much again. And now, look, guys, we've already recapped.
Slipping and dodging.
We've recapped the weekend's fights. We said our piece. Okay, I'm gonna cook for maybe an hour, depending. But if anybody wants to come on and talk with us, let me go ahead and roll the email at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, I didn't know there was a bunch of Republicans in the arena. Like, you know what I mean? They were like, "Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon." I'm like, "Wait, what's going on? Why are they cussing out Biden?" You know what I mean? I don't know. What the hell's going on?
That's hilarious. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. All right. If anybody wants to jump on,
I would be remiss if we don't talk about the post fight, though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Because even though I feel Figueroa won, first of all, I can't believe this happened on the same night, but like, it's crazy. But he did the same thing. Now, granted, do I think Figueroa has more of an argument? Theo, 100%. But don't cut off a dude in the middle of the interview, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just wait. You really think you won this fight? Brandon, he's not, even if he doesn't think he won, he's not going to tell you, no, I don't think I won, bro. Here's your belt. Like it's not going to happen. Okay? Of course he feels he won. Like just let him have his moment. They give him the decision, okay? And then he does this cheap pop, like, what do y'all think? Who do you think won? Like stop, okay? The Heartbreak Kid has Shawn Michaels moment, talking about it, like asking the crowd who they think won. That's not how we decide, it is what it is. We don't ask your fans who you think won, okay? Like in that case, the dudes will never lose, But I didn't like it either, man. I didn't like him interrupting, man. That's just not a good look. Again, it was a Kanye West moment.
And there it is there by Calix. I'll give you a minute, Taylor, but Beyonce had video of the year.
I'll let you finish. I won this fight.
Yeah.
And I have the hottest sister in the world. All right? My sister is hotter than your sister. Like, whoa, what's going on?
And I agree with you, Aces 144. I think he did have a case to do that, but still, he could have waited his turn. He was going to go to him anyway. He could have waited his turn, but it is what it is, man. But they definitely got to do it again. If Figueroa can make 122 for one more fight, got to get that done before. And who knows? I think it's going to be hard to make that MJ fight for undisputed at 122. But let's keep our fingers crossed that it does, man. I hope it does. You guys know we love undisputed. Let's get it.
By the way, we're going to find out about that slipping and dodging if he does fight MJ. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're going to find out about the slipping and the dodge. We're going to find out. Okay?
That's right, man. But like I said, guys, at the beginning of the show, this one here, HCP is war. This is going to be the last one for quite some time. Okay? So if anybody wants to come on and talk with us, whether you agree, disagree with what we had to say, right there, all you got to do is just send me an email. Just ask for a link. I'll send you the link. You come right on and talk with us, man. But this show right here is going to be on the shelf for a little bit, man, as I'm expecting a new child. Not quite sure when I'll be back. That's the thing with parenthood, man. It's one of those things. It's unpredictable. You don't know how it's going to go. So, we'll play it by ear, man. But I'll still be supporting the shows, sharing the shows when they're live. And, I'll be supporting these guys. I will still be dropping some videos here and there when I got the time to do it. But as far as putting 6 hours a week, which is what is happening right now with D-Style and myself, we do 3 shows a week on the network. That's 6 hours. Usually they're about 2 hours a piece. It's getting hard, man. So, but I do appreciate all you guys being here and for the support and for the growth that we've had over the last year or so. This does not work without you guys, man. And thank you all, man. But while we're waiting for anybody that wants to jump on, D-Style, anything else you want to touch on, man, before somebody else jumps in here?
Just that, I think moral of the story, man, like don't interrupt dudes in the middle of interviews. And I just, in my opinion, that's not a good look, right? And that's as far as those two things, that's about it. By the way, Gary Russell's brother, there was a Gary Russell sighting, by the way. He was in his brother's corner. So when is Gary Russell going to fight? I don't know, but it's fair to say that Gary Russell is the better of the two brothers. That's for sure. After I saw that fight.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see Russell's brother fight, but I've been hearing some things about it, so I'm gonna have to go back and check it out. Like I said, man, I've been crazy busy, so again, it's hard to find time to even watch all these fights.
Are you pumped though? Are you pumped for the Khan Brook? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Khan versus Brook. I'm hoping they put Gamboa, Juanma on the undercard. You know what I mean? Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Puerto Rican Realm here says, I'm telling G Funky, just do surprise run-ins like wrestling. Yeah, I might come in and bash somebody behind the head with a chair and slide out real quick, Oh man, let's see.
Santiago walk in here with a leg drop and be like, I did it, like, you know what I mean? I did it for the money, brother. Like what the hell?
Santiago Media, once the bottle feeding stage is over, make a comeback. We'll see, man. I do have another kid, so that's what makes it kind of difficult. But we'll see, man. I'm going to try my best to come back as quickly as I can, man. But at the end of the day, I got to put my family first before boxing, So I got to take care of that. Let me go back up here, man. There were some good comments earlier, so I'm gonna go back and see what we got, man. Let's see. I'm glad Fulton asked if he thought he won. Fulton was stuttering, saying it was close. He obviously knows he lost. I think he does too. I think to me he looked very relieved that they said he won the fight. You know, that's just the way I saw it. You know, but I mean, I'm no body language expert. None of these guys. Look at the nervous energy. Like, how many
Shout
times
out
has
to
that
Jim Gray,
backfired?
by the way, like leading the witness. Is like, when I interviewed Diego Corrales after the Castillo fight, he said it was an honor. What do you say? Like, okay, Jim. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just ask him what he thinks, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay, this is a guy here that likes to be the contrarian, but Aaron Yuta.
We already have 92 AKU for that. Like, come on, Aaron. Like, you know what I mean? You gave.
Says, come on, Brandon is a horrible fighter. Just wants to slug it out. Not using his length at all and does not have one punch KO power. You want to take that one first, bro?
Okay. I mean, I guess.
I'll say this, man. Look.
First of all, Fulton doesn't have one KO power. Like who at 122 has one KO power?
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody does.
Heard about it. I mean, look, no one's forced to like Brandon. Like, there's going to be people that just have a preference, right? I'm not asking you to like his style. I'm asking you to score the fight, right? And I feel like if you score the fight, he won. Like it's my opinion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Look, you don't always have to be. Again, you don't have to be pretty in there to win the fight. Just win the damn fight, like D-Style said earlier. All you gotta do is be better than the guy at 12 rounds. That's it. You know, that's it. And I felt like Figueroa was better for 12 rounds. He just was. You know. Where is it right here? Round one says, "Come back with your cholo image." I guess there was a lot of people feeling my flannel and the beanie that I had on the on the round table last week, man. Let's see here. Occasionally, Mad Dog appearance will be appreciated. Ruben Mad Dog Guerrero. I'll have to call him up and see what he's doing, man. It's been a while since he's been on the show. You know what I'm saying?
He might be the new co-host for a while. You never know. You know?
Yeah, I mean, geez, you know, he was there at the beginning, man, before HCP was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So let's see here. Alex says we love to see if Ruben is available. Yes, man. I'll call him up tonight, man. I'll let him know. You know what I'm saying? I'll let him know that I'm stepping aside for a little bit. He might be the new co-host of HCP, but look, he was down with HCP before there was even an HCP, you know? So shout out to Mad Dog, okay? Let's see here. Ed Dantes, why are Hispanics causing panic? Are you guys riding over there? No. Here's where the name came from, man. There's a fighter. His name was Juan Lascano, right? He went by the Hispanic causing panic. He grew up and came from El Paso, Texas, which is where D-Style is from. And he fought and trained out of Sacramento, California, where I'm from. So it was only fitting that we took his name and used it for the show. All right. We're paying homage to the Hispanic causing panic, Juan Lascano. Okay. That's what it's all about. Okay. Puerto Rican Ram says, is anybody going to fill the HCP Monday slot? I mean, look, Maestro is still doing his show. You know,
we'll worry about that later, guys. Like right now, we're just doing the show.
JC says the firme brocha. Yeah, that dude's got himself a nice stash. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, my boy Grizzy Hizzy says Cholo Days was back. Cholo Days was back in the day. Franklin Boulevard and Tahoe Park cruising days. Yeah, don't forget Lamb Park too, bro. Lamb Park was a hot spot here in Sacramento.
Argan had Brandon winning, like
he did.
Jesus Christ. They're like, complain just to complain. Like, you know what I mean? It's all good.
Hey, his ugly style got it done. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, Sacramento Legends, Tony Lopez and Sal Lopez. Yeah, I'm you know what? I got Sal's number, man. like I said, I've just been so busy, didn't get a chance to get him on the show. But when I come back, man, I'll be setting it up. His brother's still trying to get involved in politics and stuff. But yeah, Sal Lopez, man, a really good guy. Went to school with my father. Knows him really, really well. Nando Yamas, Juan Lascano lives in Tracy now, I think. My cousin saw him working at a precast plant a few years ago. Yeah, I heard a few things about Juan as well. Hopefully he's doing all right. Willie Horin, that's right, man, from West Sacramento. My boy, if you guys have go back and look at my videos, I did an interview with my friend Danny Savala, who was a former professional fighter. He was really, really close with Willie back in those days. They trained together. Really cool dude, man. So if you got time, go back and check that interview out. I did that probably last year. I want to say, oh God, I can't remember, but you'll find it. You'll see the interview with Danny Savala. Check it out, man. Jesus M says, saludos. What's up, man? Let's see. Shoeshine is here. He says, what's good, folks? Saludos and congrats, gfunky, on the blessed news. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Let's see. Nice. Lopez went to John Still Junior High and Burbank. Yeah, Burbank. That's where my dad went to, Burbank High as well. I almost went there myself, but then I ended up going to Cal Middle School, then to McClatchy. Shout out to McClatchy and my boy Kenny from ESPN 1320, who joins us sometimes on the round table. Both of us went to McClatchy, so gotta represent. You know what I'm saying? D-style from the high school, man. High school days. what we got here, brother? What's this? Oh boy.
So you ever wonder what would happen if you got like some washed up UFC fighter fighting like a dude that just fought for the heavyweight championship of the world like last year? You ever wonder what would happen?
I kind of do, but let's see what happens. Oh my. Oh, he's out on his feet. Oh. He's still having. Why did they stop? Oh my God.
Let's watch it one more time. Because, bro, look at this. Like, I'm gonna do commentary for this, okay? I'm gonna do commentary for it really quick.
Let's go.
Pull it right on! Oh my God! Frank Bear's out! A hook!
Oh!
And fatality. Finish him. Like, bro, like the dude was like doing the Mortal Kombat, like the fatality thing. Like, you know what I mean? That ref didn't want to stop it, bro. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Hey, put that back up. Man. I'll do some commentary now.
All right. Okay. Shit.
That was too funny.
No, it's just like, what were they thinking, bro? Like, what did they think was going to happen?
That's hilarious. Oh, shit. Bro, it started from the beginning. Let's see. Holy shit. Like, hey, what's up with my $5, man? What you mean? Hey, you got my $5? Hey, fuck that. Put your ass out for that $5. What's up, homie? What's up? Oh, here it is. Take it. I don't want no more. Why did you do it like that?
It's like, bro, what the fuck, bro? What's going on over here? Like. Well, you can't. Oh! What's the ref doing? Yo, this is the same ref from Ivan Drago versus Paulo Creed, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what? He's really lucky that uppercut didn't land. Oh, right here. Oh, man.
Yo, what's going on over here, bro? Look at this, bro. Look, let me see something. Look, what's that song again? Like,
holy shit, that's hilarious.
Remember that song? Like, I could do the twist. Now that I can. Watch me now. Hey. Anyway. Yo, this is some crazy ass shit right here.
Shoeshine says Frank Mir gonna end up in a nursing home. Bro, he's lucky that uppercut didn't land. That would have been vicious. Oh
You,
man.
you never seen that other video about the Mexican kid, like in his Mexican friends, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, just check this out. Check this out. Like I'm just saying, like, just check this out, okay?
Holy shit.
No way, Yahweh, no way, ah way, ah, pinche pendejo, way. You never seen that video?
Oh no, I have. Yeah, no, I know.
No way. Anyway. Or like this. It could be like, nah, Dad, you don't tell me what to do.
Oh shit.
Dad, what the fuck, Dad? Shut the fuck up. Go get back in the fucking house.
Damn.
Or like, nah, bro, I wasn't messing with your girl. Oh, hey, bro, I didn't do shit, bro. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, man. Oh man, it's just crazy.
Pobrecito Frank Mir, man. That was brutal. Puerto Rican Rose says, throw the damn towel, man. Rocky's just like this, looking like,
oh, I can't believe like Frank Mir. They put Frank Mir in a boxing match with Pulev, bro. That's like brutal.
oh
like,
man, that was vicious. Again, it looked like two bums fighting over $5 in a parking lot or some shit. Oh man, but look, guys, I want to say this, man. Good weekend of fights for sure. Again, all the credit in the world to Kambosos pulling a major upset. He is the guy at 135 now, the man, the king at 135. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. All right, he's the guy until proven otherwise. Would you agree with that, D-Style?
I agree. He has the belts.
Yep. He's the dude, man. And look, hopefully we get that rematch. Figueroa, Fulton. Felt like Figueroa had that one, you know. But, you know, the judges seen it another way. So, look, guys, I want to go over the before we end the show, I want to go over the schedule this week. All right, here we go. Monday night, as you know it, this is the last HCP's war on Monday night for the foreseeable future. But don't forget, every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. These are Eastern times, okay? 8 p.m. Eastern, Mano a Mano live with Kenny T over on Maestro A Boxing. Tuesday, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, we got Al Chile Boxing Talk over at Chicano Profit. Chicano, if you're in the chat, put that link down there, man, so everybody can subscribe so they can check you guys out. Later that day, the HCP podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern time with D-Style Boxing. Wednesday night, 8 p.m., we got Women Crushing It Wednesdays with In the Ring with Christine. Make sure you guys subscribe to her, man. Really good. You get the women's perspective over here on HCP, all right? We're not sexist over here. We let the women do their thing, all right? And they do a damn good job of it over there. So make sure you subscribe to In the Ring with Christine. Followed by Thursday, the Roundtable. Will it be on Beeb's channel this week, D-Style?
My channel.
Or yours? Okay, it's on D-Style's channel. Again, it rotates, but the Roundtable will be on D-Style Boxing this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, we got the latest addition to the network. The boys over at Long Live Boxing. All right, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. And at 6 p.m., we end the week with Ringside Reporter Live with Joe Habib and Eric Lorta. Those guys do a fantastic job over there. Make sure you guys lock into the network. Tap in, okay? And look, one more time, okay? I got to do it before I go. One more time. Look at that grass, baby. I mean, who else you know got grass looking like that, D-Style? Huh? Look at those. Look at those stripes, baby. Look at the green. Look at how green that thing is, man.
They sell that at Home Depot, right? Like the it's like the plastic one.
Yeah. We hating, brother. All right, that's all natural right there, baby. You know, all natural. Okay. Chicano Profit. There's the link right there. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's see.
Chicano, I'm not going to stick to country. I'm not going to stick to it. I can't sing. That's why I sing. Because it's funny. Because I can't sing. If I could sing, I wouldn't be doing podcasting. You know what I mean?
Guys, that is not AstroTurf. That is my real lawn. Okay.
It looks like the way they do the yards, like in the NFL, like with the AstroTurf.
All right. Since you guys don't believe me, all right, look, let me grab another photo that I have, okay? Because look, I mean, this is what I do, baby. I make my shit look nice, okay? Give me 1 second. Let me hit this light
Country
real quick.
music singers.
You guys see that? Again, that's the same lawn, baby. You see the stripes going the opposite way now, all right? Going the opposite way, okay? So that's real grass, baby, okay? That's a lot of nitrogen, a lot of phosphorus, a lot of potassium, okay?
Damn, potassium. And
okay?
This dude, he busted out with a periodic table to get his grass green, bro. Like, what the hell's going on here?
I'll give you guys some advice real quick, okay? When you buy a bag of fertilizer at any Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever it is you buy it from, you'll see 3 numbers on the bottom corner, the bottom right corner. The first one is for nitrogen, okay? It tells you how much nitrogen, which gives it the growth that it needs, the potassium, the phosphorus. It also has iron, which helps make it dark green. So,
hey, do you use senso beans too, or what? I need some of those, bro, from Dragon Ball. The one that give you that energy and shit. Is that what you're using? Are you wasting it on the grass, bro? Like, what's going on over there?
I see some over here. Let's see. The grass is greener on the other side. No, it's not Bermuda. I have Bermuda in my backyard, Robert Guerrera. I said it that way because fescue is what I have in the front, right? Which is made for like the cooler time of the year, like spring, fall. And then Bermuda grows a lot in the summer. So that's why I did it, baby. This way I can stay busy all year round. Like when it's hot, I'm in the backyard messing with the Bermuda. And then the front is dying down.
Alex has AstroTurf. Like it is. That's why I brought it up. It's a guilty conscience. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? This might not be a bad idea in the future, man. I might go ahead and do that. Calix, talk about the landscaping and stuff, man. I enjoy it, man. It was a part of my it's a part of my therapy every day to help me get through, when I get stressed out. I just go out and mess around with the lawn. Boxer here says St. Augustine.
Stress as fuck. You see that grass? Green grass?
St. Augustine is the best, dude. St. Augustine, that's a hard grass to take care of. Really thick, wide leaves on that grass. You can cut it high though, but it's a warm season grass. Just like Bermuda, except you can cut it high. Bermuda likes to be cut short. Bermuda is what you find on your like golf courses, football fields, baseball fields, right? Because they can cut it really, really short. So, yeah, man, maybe I might do that every now and then. Talk about the lawn care and stuff like that. If anybody's interested, yeah, that's right. Wide blades, man. Let's see. Calix says, "LOL." Laugh out loud. I'm about to have that G-Funky pool in my backyard. Halfway done. Hey, man, good shit, brother. I had mine built in.
Bro, people get tractors and shit. Like people hire tractors. They, like Calix is in the back with his own fucking shovel, bro. He's like, you know what I mean? He's just shoveling that shit himself. You know what I mean? Like he puts on some Rocky music. Dun 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 dun. He's just doing it himself, like all day, every day.
Yep, he's out there digging, baby. He's old school with it. He said, damn a bobcat. All right, I'm going to get my damn shovel, and I'm getting out here.
I'm going to watch the LSU game. They suck this year anyway. The Saints, too. I'll just dig the hole.
Oh, he went there. He went there, man. That's messed
It's
up.
a better use of time, and he saves money. You know what I mean?
Hey, but he's getting exercise, all right? Digging the pool, man. He's going to stay young, okay? Yeah, man.
He's doing something more difficult. He's taking care of kids.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you, that's a hard job to do, man. Let me tell you. Let's see. Looks great, G-Funky. We got break the mold of Chicanos always parking on our yard. Exactly, man. Respect the grass, okay? It's a plant. It creates oxygen, okay, in the atmosphere, which is what we need, okay? Take care of the lawns out there, okay? Let's stop the yellowness, okay? Chicano Province says, nice to see NorCal still has some decent lawns. A lot of dry scape these days because of the drought. Hey, you know what? I should do a video on that because, look, people think that you have to have so much water. Like you got to pile water on and on to make your green grass, and that's not true. All you need is a a half inch every other day, and that's good enough. Half an inch of water. You can get a rain gauge at any Home Depot, any Lowe's, right? You put it in your yard, stick it into the soil, run your sprinklers, and just look at how long it takes for it to get to half inch. That's all you need. Whether it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, that's all you need, man. You'll be green just like me. All right. Let's see. Chauncey here says G Funky got a pool in his backyard, HEP pool party. Yeah, man. You didn't know that? Look, check it out. Hold on. Give me a second. I did a video one time when it was still warm weather where I was just chilling in the backyard, man. But yeah, check it out, man. Look. Mira. Right there, baby. Had the pool behind me and shit,
Neon lights, it's a neon moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I went ahead when we put the pool in, they added the LED lights. It was a free package, man. It came with it. So
LED light. Whoa.
You could change it. That's a cool thing, man. Like you have an app, you could change the colors. Like right here, we just have it on rotating.
You ever notice that G-Funk has a lit up pool, a lit up mic? You know what I mean? Like, everything's lit up. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, man. I worked hard, man. I worked my ass
mows
off.
the lawn, like when he cuts the grass, it's changing colors, like the lawnmower. You know what I mean? Like,
let's see. Alex M Fresco 916 says, I stay in SAC. I'm waiting for that summertime fight party at G Funky's, bro. As soon as this pandemic's over, it's happening, bro. Bring your cousin Xavier, brother. We could watch the fights together in the back. I got a TV set up back there too, man.
The pandemic's over. It's like that could be 5 years, brother.
I know, but I'm hoping, man, it's sooner than that. Well, we'll see. Yes, that's right, Boxer. Phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen. That's the three numbers you see at the bottom of each bag of fertilizer. Okay. Let's see. Ari Elliott says, best wishes, G-Funk. Hopefully you'll come back out after the Canelo fight. Yeah, I would love to, man. I would, whenever he fights next, you know what I'm saying? My brother Calix. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Hey, I was enjoying the landscaping podcast just now. That was right up my alley.
Really? Hey, man, look, check it out, brother. Give me a couple weeks with you, man. I have you looking like this. All right.
I've shown you fucking my grass. I ain't gonna brag about it. So
but you know what gives it that look? I tell you right now. What I did was look at the dark stripes. They're double, and then the light ones are single. That's what makes it look more. It gives it more pop.
Okay, I have a question. Are you using a riding lawnmower or a push?
I'm using a push mower.
Okay, so you're simply adjusting the blade each time you go. Is that what you're doing?
No, well, here's what happens. What I do is, because I have fescue, I keep my mower as high, the highest it can go. And that's what makes it look more dark. Yeah, obviously you have more leaves, more coverage, and it's also good for the soil. That's why, again, water efficiency. If you keep it high, it keeps your soil more moist through the day, even in the hot summertime, okay? Because it shadows it, all right? But I keep it high, but you got to get yourself a yard striper. Basically, all it is just like a heavy roller that you hook up to your mower, right? So it'll push the blades down in one direction, and then when you turn around and go the other direction, that's where you get that light dark from. But if it's something heavy to go behind it, it accentuates it more, So you can find those anywhere, man. Get yourself a yard striper, and you'll be doing lines just like me, bro.
Doing lines. I tell you what, though, in the South, you don't have to water anything during the summer. We get rain every single day, ton of humidity. Yeah. So,
yep.
Yeah.
You probably have like Bermuda grass, St. Augustine, Bahia. Those are like warm season type grasses, and they'll do well in those climates. Christine Lopez says, what have I come into? Hey, we're talking about landscaping, all right?
What beast y'all got in the front yard?
Rocks. I showed you fucking my backyard. The grass is whatever.
Hey, I told him I could help him out, brother.
A couple quick things though. I don't want to take too much of your time. First of all, congrats on the new baby, and you'll be happy to know that from my experience, the jump from 1 to 2 is the easiest. From my experience,
that's what I hear, man. Yeah, that's what I hear.
2 to 3 is a new ball game. I tell you what, when I had my third kid, the week after I had my third kid, I went and got nip.
Oh boy.
Nip. burned and tucked. Right? No more kids after that. I was done. 2 to 3 is a different ball game. G Funky, you go to zone defense, no longer man to man. So 2 to 3 is a rough jump. 0 to 1 was a pretty easy jump after like a week, I found, but 1 to 2 was the easiest jump of all for me. So you'll be happy to know that, and congrats on that. And looking forward to you coming back when you do come back. So all good, man. That's all.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And look, Puerto Rican Rum says HCP lawn products are coming to a store near you, bro. We could clean house with that. Can you imagine that? I mean, look, let's just embrace the stereotype for a second, okay? All right, you put a Hispanic something or Mexican on a label of like lawn fertilizer, like everybody will be buying that shit, okay?
And you get a free shirt with it. Is the thing, you get the free HCP shirt with it. HCP.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Christine Lopez says, G Funky, you trying to get like me and have 10? Oh, you know what, Christine? Ooh, and my wife can attest to this. I did want a lot of kids at first.
Me too.
You know, unfortunately, our first child had a lot of health issues and almost didn't survive at birth. But I thank God that she's here. But that set us back a little bit. You know, we planned on having one right when she turned 2, but it just wasn't in the cards, you know, so we waited and God blessed us with another one. So that's where we're at right now. But I think this might be the end of the road for us. I'm getting old. I'm choking the hell out of 40, you know.
I'm there.
Strangling that bitch, you know. But
and I wanted to bring up a couple of quick points on the Tiafimo thing, if I can.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'm hearing the narrative come out today. All the stuff is coming out now of all the issues that Tiafimo has been having leading up to this. And look, I empathize. We all have issues. So I empathize. However, you have to talk about both. Kambosos is also having issues. He also had issues coming into the fight, and he took care of business, right? I mean, you're talking about a guy who had to leave in the middle of training camp, go back to Australia where they have stringent lockdowns, right? So he couldn't even leave his apartment. His wife was 6 months pregnant. He had to figure out a way to train, and he had to train with one sparring partner because that's all Australia would allow him to train with. One sparring partner from Australia. Plus his grandfather died from what I heard. So he had issues too. But he still took care of business.
Yep.
Everybody has issues in life, and I empathize with what Tiafimo is going through. And none of us, look, we all like what's going on with Tiafimo, right? But I just don't like a lot of the stuff I've seen the past 2 days coming out of that camp. It looks chaotic, and I don't like the excuses coming out of it because Kambosos has those excuses too, but he took care of business. That's number one. Number two was his corner was a mess in this fight, and I haven't been Tiafimo Lopez Sr. hater. I actually enjoy these fathers talking a lot of trash, building up fights. I enjoyed seeing it with Angel Garcia. Although these guys sound crazy, it's still fun to me. It's fun. So I wasn't taken aback by any of that. But for this fight, during the fight, the instructions in the corner were just awful the whole time. Yep. They were awful. I mean, you can tell they were not mentally prepared for this fight because they thought they were going to get this guy out of there immediately. The instructions in between corner round 1 and round 2 were get this guy out of here, step on the gas after his son was knocked out instead of use the jab. There was no technical instruction, right? And Teddy Atlas used to talk about this. I believe it was him saying, you have about 55 seconds to get into your fighter's head in between rounds and you have enough time to give him one specific instruction in between rounds. And for me, it should have been, for Tiafimo Lopez Sr., it should have been use the jab, because that's the most surprising thing to me out of this fight is he was out-jabbed by the shorter fighter. And in my opinion, coming in the less technical fighter, Tiafimo Lopez has a good jab, and he was out-jabbed by Kambosos. And then you saw it in the 10th round. He had Kambosos down, and he got wild. I felt like he should have touched him up a little bit with some softer shots and set up that big shot because Kambosos was in front of him out. He was out. I thought that was it. And
me too.
It
yeah.
happen. But the something needs to happen there. I heard a lot of people. They didn't leave his camp, but they were, I guess, forced to leave his camp after the Lomachenko fight. I don't know what happened with that. Some people weren't in his camp anymore. So some changes need to be made there because what was happening on fight night, it was chaotic. It was chaotic.
You know what it was?
But when your fighter is knocked down in between rounds, your job is to calm them down a little bit, right? Give them specific instruction, but it was chaotic. And then it never stopped. And he kept telling them in between each round, you're winning the fight. Oh, you won that round. You won that round. And he clearly wasn't winning those rounds. So maybe I've heard some things from Teofimo Lopez Sr. that are troubling too. Some lack of boxing knowledge. Like one of them was in 4 years, we're going to move up to 168 and fight Canelo. There was something else he recently said. Oh, he said that since we got that, we don't have the O anymore. Now we can't be compared to Floyd Mayweather Jr. We'll never be better. That's not something boxing people say. So I wonder if there's a lack of boxing knowledge there. I don't know what it is, but there's clearly chaos going on in that camp.
Yeah, I want to say something about that. Like, and that's why over here on HCP, we've been trying to tell people, like, look, if a fighter takes a loss, they take a loss. So what? Like, we have to the protect the O narrative has got to go in boxing. Because look, he's like it or not, he's the one who's putting in the work in the division. Who the fuck else is fighting guys like him? And this is what happens when you put it all on the line against these guys. You might take a loss here and there. So what? At least you did it, you know? You got to come back strong, though. That's the thing. We got to see what they do. Come back strong, but you got to accept the loss first and foremost. Can't go on acting like you won the fight when we all know you didn't win the fight, man. Okay? Look, it's just the truth, okay? You might not like it now, but maybe in the future you might like it. Go ahead, D.
My issue with it's like this. I remember the Lopez's calling out Lomachenko for a couple fights. It wasn't new. Like it was a couple that were like, we want to fight Loma, which tells me they were watching Loma, probably studying Loma. You know what I mean? Look, man, I flat out asked him. I asked Senior on the show, like, so what do you think of Kambosos, you know? And at the time, he was saying, "Oh, we're gonna go to Australia and make a lot of money," like you know, like and all that. Well, I don't know what happened with that. All of a sudden, they don't want to fight in Australia, which is what kind of undid the Triller thing. But look, man, he said that Kambosos was a less crafty Magdaleno. That was his breakdown.
Is that Kambosos. Jesse or Diego? Which one is
Diego?
It? Okay.
They said a less crafty Diego Magdaleno. It won't go more than 3-4 rounds. I mean,
I remember that. Yep.
Like, bro, like, even if you think that, you gotta have a plan B. Like, yo, if we don't knock this motherfucker out, well, this is what we're gonna do, or something. You know what I mean? I don't think they had a plan B, bro. I literally believe they thought they were gonna walk in there, punch this dude in the mouth, and it was gonna be a wrap, right? Yeah. Well, that's not how it works sometimes, because something very interesting that Kambosos said. He said, like, yeah, this dude was in the limelight, enjoying the light, the spotlight, and I was in the dark, training, getting ready for the biggest moment of my life. You know what I mean? And he's Australian, and that Bane actor's Australian. You know what I mean? The dude was like, you think darkness is your ally. You simply adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. That's what he told him in the 11th and 12th round. Because that's where Kambosos snatched that fight from him in the 11th and 12th.
Yeah,
he did what Teofimo did to Lomachenko. Because Lomachenko was coming on in round 7 through 11. I mean, he was laying it on, and then 12th round, Teofimo said, "Nope, this is my fight." And then Kambosos did that after round 10. He came out round 11, won that round, and then round 12 decisively. But you bring up an interesting point. They look past him. We talked about that last week. As this is a trap fight, but it brings up. We really take for granted how difficult winning mandatory after mandatory after mandatory can be, right? I mean, you look at it's what makes Bernard Hopkins did it for years. True. Vladimir Klitschko did it for years. Even Terrence Crawford did it for a while. So you look at these guys, they mow down their mandatories. As long as they're staying in that one division, they fight mandatory. It's more difficult when you have that crown on your head. When you're the hunter, it's tough, but when you're the hunted, it's even tougher. So you have to keep that hunter mentality, and obviously Kambosos had that in this fight, and Teofimo didn't. The only thing I wonder is how much did he look past him, or is Kambosos just a better fighter? I don't know. I tend to think maybe a mixture of both. I don't know, but like G Funky
I'm
said,
going to default to he's a better fighter until Teofimo proves it otherwise.
But like G Funky said, and I know we've all been a big proponent of this, you don't throw guys away after they lose a fight as fans, because if you do that, guys aren't going to take chances. That's one thing the UFC, dude. I live in South Louisiana. I'm surrounded by UFC fans. There are MMA gyms on every other block. These guys do not throw fighters away after losses. You have guys 6, 7, 8 losses fighting for championships.
Motherfuckers recycle like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like we got freaking like Aldo out here getting knocked out every other fight. Like, oh, this dude's a legend. Like what he lost the last 4 fights. Nah, but this dude he's a shit.
They stick with them, these guys, and we try to throw guys away after one loss. And I got to stay consistent with what I said with Lomachenko. I mean, Lomachenko put together a couple victories. He's right back. And Teofimo moves up to 140. There are fights there for Teofimo at 140 that are good matchups.
Fans need to drop it, bro. Fans need to drop this mentality. It's hurting the sport. It's hurting matchups. Guys don't want to test themselves because if they lose, right,
look what happens,
people are going to throw them away. Like it doesn't matter anymore. But it's a mirage. It really doesn't affect guys like that. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it just doesn't.
And it's people gas up fighters like Ryan Garcia is on Twitter saying, "Oh, I told you," and Tank Davis is saying stuff, and people are praising those guys when those guys haven't taken chances. Look, Teofimo Lopez last year we talked about this. He did something that other fighters were not doing. He had every excuse not to fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko the same with Teofimo Lopez. They were going to fight in an empty arena when they didn't have to and fight each other, and they did. And you got to give him respect for that. All right. And although Teofimo Lopez is having a fall from grace here, you got to give him that forgiveness factor. You also have to give Teofimo Lopez Sr. a forgiveness factor because he did bring Teofimo Lopez Jr. all the way up to non-unified, unified at 135, whatever we're calling it. He did build him up to that. Okay. So rough night. I think there does need to be some sort of overhaul or a get together, coming to God, heart to heart meeting in his camp of this is what we need to do going forward. Get together with Top Rank, all get on the same page. That definitely needs to happen, but we can't throw them away at the same time.
I agree, man. Because again, guys won't take the risks. You know, they don't want to hear the criticism. They don't want to. Like living up to, again, being undefeated is just a rare thing, man. Like finishing your career undefeated.
It's also a mirage. Like, bro, ask anybody, hey, who's the best heavyweight of all time? Very rarely do I hear the name Rocky Marciano. It's rare. Like they might mention him in the top 10, which I do believe he should be top 10, but nobody said, oh, he's the best because he never lost. Like, no, we got to consider who did they fight? When did they fight him? How did they perform? And like you got to take all these things in consideration. Like, look, if Sugar Ray Robinson fought in this era, okay, fought like his first 20 fights ever, and then, you know, good competition for 2-3 years, and then cherry picked the rest of his career, and you know, he got to fight Conor McGregor in his last fight. I mean, I think it's fair to say Robinson would have been 50-0 as well. I mean.
Easy, yeah, very easily, man.
And he would have knocked out Conor in 1 round.
Yeah, and look, I'm not saying we should give Teofimo Lopez Sr. a pass at all, because we shouldn't. There were mistakes made leading up to this fight. There were mistakes made on fight night. What I'm saying is, just because you take a L, you don't throw away everything before, right? You don't throw away the great game plan that they had for Lomachenko, because that was a great game plan. They were ready. They beat Lomachenko in Lomachenko's own game. They didn't go in there and just try to be the heavier, more powerful fighter. They were cutting off angles from Lomachenko that other fighters were not able to do leading up to that point. Lomachenko was seen as arguably either 1A or 1B, the pound for pound guy in the world at that time. He beat him. And he beat him with his father's instructions. Okay, so what I'm saying is you can't just throw that away off of one night. There does need to be a heart-to-heart. Definitely. And we should be criticizing what he did Saturday night, because it was an awful game plan, awful instructions. We should be criticizing a lot of the things he said leading up to that fight. But do we just dispatch of him from one bad night?
Now, let me read this comment real quick. Tony Boswell, he says, you take the time you need. I have 6 kids, I understand, but I will always be a supporter of this channel. Much respect for stepping up and helping your wife. Hey, man, thank you so much. You are a big supporter of HCP, Tony Boswell. Thank you so much. Look at what
Hey, Calix, who put Frank Mir in the ring with Pulev in a boxing fight?
You know, the first time I saw this was on your Twitter feed, and I had no idea this was happening. And I had no idea what it was. I didn't know if you were showing an old fight or what this was. But
finisher,
man, that's terrible.
The question I have is, what is the referee doing right here? What is he doing right here in this moment right here? What was he doing? Because Pulev literally could have took his head off right there.
What was like Pulev gonna do? Like, what do you think he would have done if the ref didn't stop it?
He would have sent Frank Mir's head into like the 20th row is what he would have done.
But
it would have been ugly.
I just want to know why did Triller? Triller has to have like the worst record and put in the worst mismatches / freak shows ever. Like,
bro, Mir was almost like out right there. Like, and I mean out, like ready for a dirt nap. Like he was.
Were they wearing 6-ounce gloves? Is that what?
I think they were like 8-ounce 7 gloves.
Oh my god!
But you know what's funny is that a lot of MMA fans, they were like, I guess they did. Who's the dude that knocked out Mir? And then they were like I saw it everywhere. This guy fought Anthony Joshua last year. Why did they put him in the ring with fucking Mir? Like, I just don't get it, bro. I
remember when Randall Bailey was gonna fight in bare knuckle boxing against that MMA guy, and I dropped the video. I said, "Do not do this. Please do not do. Whoever this guy is fighting him, please pull out of this fight."
The guy that got Malignaggi got lucky because everybody knew Malignaggi was gonna break his hand. Like everybody knew this, like, you know. But like, I'm just saying.
Randall Bailey. Imagine Randall Bailey with those gloves right there.
Oh, I know. Man.
I guess it was our turn to get a washed up MMA fighter in our sport, though, right? Like it was. Like, you know what I mean? This was revenge for James Stone. That's what that was.
But Frank Mir, I think he might have seen the light for a second, right? They're like, that was vicious. That was vicious, man. But guys, look.
Shout out to Southpaw showing that love. I know he's a big fan, bro. He loves the show.
Hey, we love the haters too, man. God bless you for being here. Okay, make sure you hit the like button.
I'll let y'all finish it off. I just want to say last thing, man. I always enjoy the show. I always enjoy y'all's content, and I understand firsthand how difficult it is to do all the work. So I look forward to you getting back whenever you do get back, man. And great job as always. And prayers for the family going forward, that everything goes well for you. And as far as boxing goes, man, hit me up on Calix Boxing 2.0, and let's not throw guys away after one loss. All right, give Teofimo Lopez Jr. a shot at redemption. I'm telling you, he gets up to 140. He's got a road back.
I agree. Thanks a lot, Calix, man.
Power punchers next week, guys. Power punchers next week.
It's back. It's back. All right. One door closes, another one opens. All right. There's the door right there. Power Punchers podcast will be Wednesday night on Calix 2.0.
Everybody, Southpaw, everybody's welcome to the show. Show up, show support. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Time is of the essence. You know what I mean? Like, think about how long your life is, and you're giving us a part of it. You know what I mean?
We appreciate the time. We appreciate it. D-Style, before we close it out, let everybody know what's going on over on your channel tomorrow night. And then we'll go ahead and wrap this one
I'm
up,
definitely
man.
not going to get in the ring with Pulev. That's number one, because I don't want to do that. Well, you know what I mean? I don't want to be doing that shit. I don't know, you know what I mean? But tomorrow, I'll be joined by Nancy. We're going to have more than likely, although she's going to confirm, Christina Cruz. You know, she shattered a second win there, and she'll be back. And then just talking to boxing news, man. Of course, Haney JoJo this coming weekend, so we're going to talk about that. So just looking forward to that. So it's all just, you know, boxing talk.
Absolutely. And that's what we do the best here at HCP. Keep it boxing, okay? This is the moment I didn't want to come, but I knew it had to, you know? And if I could quote one of my favorite all-time singers, all right? One of the Fania All-Stars from back in the 70s, Hector Lavoe. He had a song called Todo Tiene Su Final, okay? Everything has an end, okay? And HCP is War had a great run on Monday nights, guys. Great run. But it's time to close it down. The war is officially over. All right. But I'll be back. I'll definitely be back. My man HLD, a big supporter of HCP as well, says, G Funky, many blessings to you, your wife, tu familia. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Puro Sur says, congrats again, bro. Come back soon. G. Hey, man, look, it's up in the air, man. I can't give you guys a date. And again, there is no instruction manual on how to raise kids and how it's going to go. It's all unpredictable. It's all just, you know, you just play it by ear a lot of the times. But it's going to be a while. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not going to be right away. It's going to be a while. But I definitely am looking forward to coming back because I know. Thank you, Fat Boy Rob. Thank you. I know that this thing that we got going on right now, the HCP network, the thing that D-Style and I came together and created. And look, this is D-Style, really, man. He's the one. He came to me, asked me to join him on the show, you know, so I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for him, man. So I always tell D-Style, man, thanks for having me on your platform in the beginning days. You know, I do appreciate it, man. You picked me out of all these dudes on YouTube you could have picked. You decided to rock with me, man, and it's been a hell of a ride, bro. I got to tell you, man, it's been a hell of a ride to gain one audience, lose that audience, and then build another audience. And then now we're here. We're networking with the other great content creators on YouTube. So I know that this network is going to be in great hands. And by the time I come back, it's probably going to be 10, 20 times bigger, man. Right?
I hope 20 times. Shit, I'll take it.
Yes, man. I do believe that these guys are going to, you know, continue to push great content. And, you know, I'll be here on the sidelines, man. I'll be watching from the bleachers, you know, cheering these guys on, supporting them, sharing all the content. And again, I will be dropping little videos here and there. But it's like I said, it's just I don't have enough time to do the 2 hours a day, you know, for 3 days a week. It's just too much at this point, man. Too much. So gotta pull the plug for right now, man. But I do appreciate all of my subscribers, all of you guys that got me over 1,000. I appreciate it. Everybody that comes here and gives us that time, 6 hours a week to watch all the shows that we do and more. Again, there's more shows. I'm just talking about the shows that D-Style and I do, but all the other shows, man. This network doesn't work without you guys. So continue to support the network. Continue to support these guys. They put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, man. Make sure that you do that for me, guys, okay? Any last words, D-Style, before we wrap it up, man?
Well, look, man, it's been a quite an interesting time here in HCP. HCP will obviously continue. It's grown from just some show on YouTube to a network now, you know, and it will continue to grow. Okay. As far as I know, people said about Monday nights. Look, obviously, more than I'm definitely going to be live Monday nights. What I'm going to do exactly, I'm not sure, but I'll let you guys know. I want to thank everybody that supports the, you know, G Funky. I want to thank everybody that supports, obviously, me. If you happen to run into this for the first time, you can find me on YouTube at D-Style Boxing. I'm going to establish a channel here, so it will come up under search. Just type D-Style Boxing, it'll come up. And make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for the podcast tomorrow. Hopefully, we still see Chief Funky in the chat and stuff. Talking some boxing, chatting it up, and that's that, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what else to say other than I've already gone off. But just remember, slipping and dodging. You know what I mean? Slipping and dodging. All you have to do was slip and dodge, slip and slide. You know what I mean? And Fulton would have made it easy on himself and not got hit, even though he didn't get hit anyway, according to everybody, right?
Right.
But nonetheless, keep it boxing, guys.
That's right. That's always been the phrase, man. Keep it boxing. Fidel Martinez says, G Funky, I'm gonna miss you, bro. Felicidades por tu nuevo bebé. Thank you, man. I'm excited, man. I really am excited. I am. Look. I said this on the Thursday show I did. I look at HCP because, again, I was here from the ground up, man, with D-Style. And we had those long conversations at the beginning of our run. We talked for hours on the phone, what to do, how can we improve the show, things like that. We kept our foot down. We kept marching forward, and we're here now. We got good things happening. So I look at this thing as like almost like a kid of mine as well, because I seen it grow from nothing to something, and it is a little sad, but again, I am also excited to be a father again, because to me, that's the greatest job on earth. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, I just love being a father, and now that I'm going to have another kid, it's just going to be great, man. So look at this. Let's hear some Together by Tierra.
Hey,
Together,
it's everything in life is about priorities. There's just things more important than some YouTube shows at the end of the day. A lot of sacrifice goes into doing shows like this. Maybe not for everybody out here, but for a lot of us, it is, right? That there's time that it's hard to make time and schedule time and, and come on here and do these things sometimes, and I've I had a vision about HCP and what I want, and believe it or not, it's not there yet, but it's a long process because of the way we do things. But at the end of the day, I mean, Chief Funky was definitely part of the process and was there from the very first HCP, podcast show. And he'll always have a seat at the HCP podcast. Doesn't matter how long he's gone. Hopefully, knock on wood, I'll still be doing the show, right? I should be, right? But, hopefully I don't get shot in these streets or something. You know what I mean? I know, but in all seriousness, congratulations, brother. I wish you nothing but the best. In case anybody's wondering, like, man, why isn't D-Style saying bye to you? Because I mean, I could call G Funky right after the show. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it is what it is. So I don't know if there's one thing I disagree with. I don't know if this is goodbye or farewell, but more like a see you later type of deal.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Like I said, man, maybe the HCP is war. Maybe it might be something different by the time I come back. We'll see, man. But I definitely look forward to coming back. And
I mean, that is true. Things do move. Things time doesn't stop for anybody. Unfortunately, it's just the way of life, right?
Yep.
And things change, obviously. So I don't know when Chief Funky is ready to come back, right? How things are going to be looking. But we'll, like always, when you want to do something, you figure it out, right? So we'll figure it out when that time comes, But right now, that's not even, right now you should be focused on your family, your kid, and that should be your primary focus right now.
Yep. This my boy here, Isaac Bermudez, says, congrats, pura veterano. That's right, man. 10 years I've been in this motherfucker, all right? And I took a couple breaks, a few years, I took a break, but I'll be back, guys, okay? But right now, I just got to go take care of some things. And like I said, the war has officially ended. And that's why I put that in the title, like farewell HCP is war. That chapter of G Funky Boxing Channel is over. And again, we don't know what's going to happen when I come back, but I definitely anticipate this network being much bigger than it is now by the time I come back. Because these guys here, let me tell you, man, these guys that are at the head of this thing, they're really good, man. And I'm just glad I'm a part of it, man, and that I was here from the beginning, man. But yeah, guys, this is it, man, for HCP is War. I'm your host, G Funky Boxing, my co-host D Style Boxing. Make sure you're there tomorrow night on his channel, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, for the HCP podcast with Nancy from the Boxing Republic. It's going to be a great show, guys. I appreciate all of you. Again, this doesn't work without you, so continue to support us, guys. It's been a hell of a ride. HCP is War, and we're out, guys. See ya in the future.
Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Hispanics causing panic. I'm glad to be here.
Hispanics are causing panic, baby. Let's do it.